Reverend Jerome Roberts with another segment of Sinful but Saved. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the summer. Today I'm going to start a four-part series of the word comfort. We want to talk about comfort. I have been viewing a lot of videos, a lot of commentary, a lot of different people talking about a lot of different things. So I kind of wanted to at least stabilize the people that, visit this website. So here we go. We're starting out with a very, very familiar one. The Lord's Prayer, the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all of the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord. Amen. Today, looking at this 23rd Psalm, David is, I guess, going into another place with him talking about the Lord being his shepherd. He shall not want, because he was referring back to his time as being a shepherd. He started out shepherding his father's flock when he was a very, very young man, when ultimately Saul came to him and anointed him king over Israel. David was very, very into the Lord. He was a worshiper. He was a musician, and again, as I just forestated, he was a shepherd. So he's using this out-of-body experience to explain to us how he was feeling, Now as a grown man, writing this and going through a few changes himself, being chased by Saul and all of the things that he's getting into, the situation with, with Bathsheba and, and everything else that's going to be going on in his life. Now, you really don't have to want for anything by having the Lord as your shepherd, because sheep know to follow the shepherd, first of all. I mean, they're such dumb animals, but not in a negative way. If they follow each other to such a degree, if one run off a cliff, the other one would follow the rest of them, and all of them would just go off the cliff. But in the same sense, if they follow the shepherd, though, all of them follow the shepherd. So it's good to have this kind of sheep dumbness that they have, because we should display that, and I think this is why he's using this reference, right? Now, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures, and he leadeth me beside the still waters. Now, still waters is necessary because, for those of you who don't know, sheep get afraid of moving waters. If they will try to drink the water, they will fall into it because of the moving, of the waters. And most of the time, they won't drink it unless it is, still, because of that simple fact. So very notable thing why David actually put this in here. Now, the green pastures, by it being near the water is able to feed the roots of the ground, so to make the pastures green. So, nonetheless, sheep could eat either one, and the Lord made animals uniquely, their digestive systems and everything else, and they can just feed off the fat of the land with no man really taking care of them. And that's a great reference to God, as how he had actually designed the animals in the beginning of time, right? So he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. A lot of times we have to be restored because real regular life goes on, And I like to use the terminology when life is going like 40 miles an hour and you're at like 10 or 5, you can't keep up. And a lot of times we're overwhelmed and we don't do things properly. We get a little messed up. I've had several funerals here in the last few weeks, and you have to get back into God and try to restore yourself. But the Lord actually does it for you, as David is mentioning here. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff that comfort me. Now, this staff that David used reference to, because again, he is a shepherd. A lot of times you can use the one end, the bottom of it, to kind of like fend off, wolves or any other animals that might try to cause harm to the sheep while you are leading them. Or, you can use the end to poke, but the other end that has the hook on it, guess what? When somebody is getting away, you can use the hook to bring them back into the fold. So David is using all of these things along with his life as being a young boy to be a shepherd, and he's using it now in reference to himself. Now, thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, thy cup runneth over. Now, I love that part the best. He prepared the table before me in the presence of mine enemies, right in their face. So those of you that feel that you are being attacked or manipulated or misused by somebody, and sometimes it might be somebody that you have a deep relationship and they have maybe turned their back on you. A lot of times we have to give in light to the fact that a lot of times that we have enemies, that we allow people access to our lives and a lot of our deepest, most concerns about life and a lot of our hopes and dreams. And I've seen people and heard of people using things and ideas that other people have had, and all of a sudden now they're using them, and now you're feeling a little messed up about it because you gave access to, and Proverbs talks about that too, being secretive about things that you are contemplating doing. But again, the Lord, that's how he does it. He do things right in front of people, and the people that will do you the most harm or want to cause you the most harm, he still allows you to do what you need to do in the presence of those people. That you are belonging to the Lord, and really have confidence that he will keep you through these situations. Now, the last part, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Now, to use the word surely is a very, very confident word. Very confident word. I, of all people, I don't care what goes on. I don't care how much of it that goes on. You have a lot of things that you hear on the news. I don't even listen to the news. I don't have to, because surely I know the Lord is my confidant. He's my protector. He's my keeper. I don't even care to listen to it, because a lot of the things will overwhelm you. As soon as you turn on the news, the first thing, somebody's getting killed, somebody's getting murdered, something always negative. And so many people, they feed into a lot of these things and they become overwhelmed with that. But always use the Lord as your reference to guide you through life. David here again is encouraging us, and this is my first series of comfort, and I hope I have helped someone feel a little bit better today, because the Lord is your shepherd and you shall not want, as long as you belong to him. Those of you who have not accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, do so the Lord can be your shepherd. See you next week.